Hi, this is Avar from Scrapping Maniac, and today I'm going to create a page on my art journal, and I'm using some stencils, one that I created and then the Heidi Swap stencil. I'm also going to be using this crackle paste. I'm going to mix some eyeshadow in my crackle paste and then follow it with glitter. I also want to use some napkins. I saw a video on a mixed media project that they used napkins, so I wanted to give that a try. So one of the tricks is when you're using napkin is to just make it single ply. So I took one of the backing on the napkin and just made it single ply. I used some gel medium to glue it down on my page, and also I'm going over it with gesso because the color was a little too bright and I really didn't want the tissue paper to be the focus of my page. I really wanted the other elements that I'm planning to include in it to be the focus of my page. So I took some of the crackle paste, it's by Golden, and added some eyeshadow because I read on the website that if you put acrylic paint, if you put too much acrylic paint, it doesn't crack. You have to do 1 part through to 10 parts. So 10 parts is your crackle paste to 1 part of your acrylic paint. But I end up using acrylic paint anyhow because I was not getting the color that I wanted. I really wanted a nice gold color, and I was not achieving that. So this is a stencil that I created. It was left over from some butterflies that I cut out of some chipboard using my Cricut. I'm sorry that my head was in the way. I even have a hat on because sometimes my hair just goes all over the place. So I was trying to contain my hair, and I have a hat on, but that didn't even work. So I still were getting my whole head in the view. So here I just sprinkle some glitter, and it really made it sparkle. Now I wanted to use this image, so I'm cutting it out, but at the end I don't end up using this image because, and you'll see in a moment, it was a little too big for my page. After I put in the hearts and the butterflies and the glitter, that image was just covering all the work that I did. So I really didn't kind of like it. So I end up using a different kind of image. But this is a good technique, is to get books that has a lot of this nice Renaissance artwork and use that for your layouts or for your art journal. So lately I've been going to the thrift store and buying different dictionaries and books and encyclopedias that has a lot of birds and butterflies, and I've been using those on my journal. So here is the image that I do decide to use. It's a lot smaller scale. It does have 3 women, and they remind me like of angels. So I wanted to make a page that more like Christmas, with an angel theme, and that's why it has the butterflies and the hearts. So that's why I picked that image. So here I'm just using some gel stick by Faber-Castell just to color my background. And I started using a paintbrush, but it was not working. It didn't give me the effect that I wanted. And I also decided I wanted to have a little bit of drippage and just more mixed media effect. So I went and got some of my acrylic tubes, and I watered it down with a lot of water. And then I just decided to put it on top and then just drip it. And I've been seeing a lot of mixed media artists use this technique, so I decided to give it a try. So here I'm just spraying with more water and letting it drip, and then I'm just going to go ahead and dry my page. So I really put a lot of water, so it was just very wet. So I'm ready to place my doll or my image, and I'm using gel medium with a spatula. And I really like using a spatula because it really makes it adhere on the page very nicely. I'm using a hair dryer because I wanted to make sure that I don't make. Sometimes if you use your heat tool, it makes the medium that you put on your page bubble. So that's why I use a hair dryer. Now here I'm using some more of this crackle paste, and I'm putting butterfly wings, and I masked the the hand and the body because I did not want the wings to be on the body of my my cutouts. I wanted that the wings were in the background. So by putting tape on the image itself, it looked like the wings were in the back. So here I decided to use the wings on my middle girl, and I wanted to, because she's facing back, so I maxed out, I put tape on the body of the butterfly so that way it would not be included when I put my paste on top. And then here I'm putting the next wing. And I'm going to sprinkle some glitter dust on my wings, just to give it a little bit of glitter or a little bit of shine, but not a lot like my hearts. My hearts are very glittery, the other butterflies, but my wings, I just wanted a subtle glitter. So I'm taking this stencil from Heidi Swapp, and I'm just using some regular acrylic paint to put a background. And I'm also using a pen. This is a Chinese pen that really works well with mixed media. And I'll put the link on where I got the pen. But it doesn't clog up like my other pens do whenever I'm using on gesso or on gel medium. And then this is a pencil. So charcoal pencil is water soluble. And I'm using that to shade. So I'm going over it with a little bit of water, and you can really see how it really shades my image and makes it stand out. And after I do the shading around the wings, you can really see the wings now. Before they were kind of lost in the background, but now with the shading it really makes them pop. I'm also wanted to make my hearts and my other butterflies and my triangle pop, so I decided to go over it with my charcoal pencil and also some water. And I wanted to put a saying on this page. It just needed something else, so I decided to put Angels Among Us because the page reminds me of Christmas, of angels, and I thought it was a good saying for this page. And because I wanted to make it pop, I decided to color it in with red acrylic paint. And then the next thing I wanted to do is I want to put some white spackles throughout the whole page. So I took some more acrylic paint and watered it down and just put some big splatters around the page. Just making sure that everything is dry. And then put in the date. And that's pretty much for this page. So here's a closer look of the final layout or the final art page. I really like how it came out, especially it's just very sparkly, as you can see. And the wings also have a hint of sparkle. So I hope you like this, and thank you for watching.